Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Solo TV 84. I'm your gracious host, Solomon Jones. Today we got a special guest in the building, the actual King Smith. You know, he talks about crypto, NFTs, all that. King Smith, go ahead and let the people know what you're about, what you do, and all of that good stuff, bro.
Hey, thanks Solo TV 84 for having me on. So I'm the actual King Smith, and the reason why my name is like that is my government name is King Smith. I
Word?
have a yep, that is my
You got two
government
last
name.
names, bro?
Can I tell people if they forget it? I also got it tattooed on my arm. I started doing content creation on YouTube for family members as I got into cryptocurrency around October of 2018 and I'm sorry, not 2018, October of 2020. And people kept trying to hit me up asking me, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And it became overwhelming, working a job and having a life and everything, that I said, hey, look, I'm just going to record myself doing it, put it on YouTube. Y'all can go over there and check it out. And then from there, man, that was around the time that you had the boom of cryptocurrency as well. It was like that Q4 of 2020. And I started to get not just family members and friends subbing to my channel, but people around the world, man. So it's been an interesting journey.
That's crazy. So you actually got into crypto in 2020. You saw the Dogecoin run up. You saw the
Yes.
Shiba Inu run up, the first one and the second one. So like, how did you even hear about crypto? Like, because when I first heard about it in 2016, it sounded like neurophysics to me when brothers were trying to describe it. I'm like, huh? You send it to a digital wallet with the address? I'm like, what? So how did you hear about it, and what made you decide like, yo, I'm gonna dive into it?
So crypto was pretty foreign to me at first, but I'm big on social media, and on my Facebook page, I saw a lot of people talking about Dogecoin, talking about Bitcoin and things like that. And I had heard about Bitcoin since about 2016 as well. But and then there was this one Dogecoin, and I'm like, man, what is this Dogecoin? I started reading about it, but it just didn't make sense to me. And then around August of 2020, I had somebody who I've known for a long time, a lady who I've actually had on my channel. She put me onto cryptocurrency in general, and because of her, she has a very wealthy mindset. And I'm like, okay, if she's talking about this, I'm interested because she puts her money where the smart money is going. So she convinced me to create a Coinbase account, and I put my first $100 in Bitcoin. I think I put $100 in Ethereum at the time, and then I started going to YouTube and Google just to figure out what else should I be getting. And like I said, so I set that up around August, September, and then October is when I heard about Shiba, and I blindly put money into Shiba, not really knowing if it was going to do anything. I had heard of Doge. Shiba was like the copycat, if you will. But I was like, you know what?
Did you buy the top?
No. I did not buy the top. I'm actually the guy who I've talked about this on my channel, but since I have child support payments, I haven't quite put this full story out there yet. But I'll tell you, Solo, this is an exclusive. I put about $200 in Shiba when Shiba was like 9 or 10 zeros, and I didn't touch it. All right. When it had that first run up, my eyes were like, holy crap, what is going on? So I sold at the first run up about half of it. And I made me a nice little profit, man. It helped pay off my bills and debt that I had from a divorce, and really helped change the course of my life around, brother.
All right, man. All right. Yeah, crypto is a beautiful thing when it's a bull run, right? We all love crypto. Everybody wants to FOMO in, but the last 6 months, 7 months, we've been in a bear market for sure, right? Let's get into that right away. Do you think we're in a bear market, or do you think we're in a consolidation phase? Do you think we're still in a bull run? What are your thoughts or opinion, bro?
Okay, so I'm not like a crypto expert, right?
Neither am I.
But one of the things that I've always tried to follow is, buy when the market's red. Okay, not knowing how far it's going to go down, where it's going to start, trading sideways or everything like that. There's people that read charts. I don't do charts or anything like that. My whole strategy for myself is I consider myself a crypto investor, not necessarily a crypto trader. So I'm looking at this current market as if it's a bear market, and I'm buying on those that I've kind of highlighted as my blue chip cryptos or whatnot. And then I'll throw some dart throws on more riskier cryptocurrency or crypto tokens that are out there as well. But I think we're in a bear market. I mean, we've lost what, almost 800 billion off the market cap in the last like 7 weeks. I'm looking at what I can add to my portfolio so that when that bull market decides to come back in, that's when you'll start see a lot more content creators putting up content, people smiling and things like that as they're seeing their portfolio go whoop to the sky, man.
Yeah, I personally, I'm bearish right now, and I've said that before, but I personally think we're in a consolidation phase where we're gearing up for another good. If you look at the RSI of Bitcoin and whatnot, that shows that we may have a bullish June. Now, personally, I think that if there is any sort of a run up in June, it might happen towards the end of the month. Now, I was kind of half and half right last month because I said at the beginning of the month we would go down until the middle of the month. However, we just kept going down, so we didn't go up. I mean, we did have some. I think the Luna fiasco kind of threw a wrench in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of FUD. So that's unfortunate that had to go down. But I am bullish for the later part of June. I think that it might surprise people. But once again, who knows what's going to happen, bro? Like, nobody knows. I mean, this is like the most confused I've seen so many different content creators, right? Because everybody thinks we're either going to go down to 10,000 or we're going to run. Personally, I think that if we do have a run, it's not going to be, I think it might be a bear trap, right? We might hit 34, 35 and then go down to 20. And then who knows? We might ching go up. But me personally, I'm just playing the day by day, bro. Playing it day by day.
Same here. And like, there's something else that you said in there too. Like, a lot of my family and stuff, they come to me because they know I've done pretty decent in cryptocurrency. But it's hard to convince people to continue buying in this market when they'll buy something at $10 and then 2 days later it's $8 and then 2 days after that it's $6. And I have to tell them, hey, I understand. Okay, I've lived this twice already, but I can tell you through 2 times that if you're able to withstand that and hold, that if you're in the right cryptocurrencies, then you can see your portfolio value skyrocket. So, hey, Solo, I have a question for you. With that, do you come out of your cryptos and move them into stable coins, or do you leave them where they at and just, add on to what you have?
Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of both. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm totally out of Bitcoin right now. I'm not even in Bitcoin right now. I moved that into stable coins or into other coins. I still have my Shiba bag. You feel me? So on the next run up, I think it's definitely going to hit its all-time high again this year. I'll definitely be taking profits, but I do a little bit of both, man. I do a little bit of stable coins and then I move into other coins. But one thing, because bro, you only been in 2020. I've been in this since 2017. So bro, I remember the 2018 bear market, 2019. Oh, it was brutal in 2019, bro. 2019 was ugly, So a lot of people who got in like at your time, you guys are actually coming in at the perfect time because 2021 was great. And I think that this year will be great again, but I think it's going to be more towards like Q4 where it's going to go crazy. You just heard MoneyGram actually has a partnership with XLM now where you can convert XLM into USDC, you know what I'm saying? Or American dollar, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of adoption happening, which is dope, which is really dope. And Coinbase and Crypto.com, I remember when I got in, there wasn't even no Coinbase app. Crypto.com didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's become a lot more user friendly and beginner friendly regarding to adoption. So it's kind of a dope thing to see. So what are your like? Because what are your favorite cryptos? Like what coins are you bullish on and why? Because I know one thing I like about your channel is you look at coins, you break them down, and you have a different type of strategy, and I think it's all dope. Like we may not always agree on everything, but if I always tell people you have to have your own strategy. That's why I say this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor because everybody's financial situation is different. Everybody, what you might be into is different than the next person is into. But what are like, if you had to, not in particular order, but what are like your top 5 coins right now that you're like really bullish on and why?
All right, so I'll give my top 5, man, and it is fairly easy. A lot of my top 5 are already on the top 20 in the cryptocurrency by market cap, okay? And that's according to
There's
either
nothing wrong with
CoinGecko
that.
or
There's nothing wrong
CoinMarketCap.
with that.
But I like CRO. I'm all in on SHIB. I think if you don't have any of the SHIB ecosystem, you're fooling yourself. And I'll come back and explain why. XRP, the KuCoin native coin, and Harmony. Those are my top 5. And I mean, take away Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think that if you have a crypto portfolio, you should have a little bit of Bitcoin. You should have some Ethereum as well. But I think that out of the 5 that I listed earlier, man, from what I'm keeping tabs with SHIB and everything that they're doing, I think that if you just give Shiba time, man, Shiba's going to have that next run up that Dogecoin had. Man, folks were talking about Dogecoin for a while, for a long time, and I could not wrap my head around what Dogecoin actually did, what the use case was, what the utility was. So I never really bothered with it. And this is when it was less than a cent. And I'm just like, there's no way Doge can do anything. But what I learned, and this is what I saw with SHIB early on, and I'm so thankful that I got to SHIB when I did, was that community that was behind it, man. That's what made Dogecoin as successful as it is now. It just has a crazy community behind it. And I saw that with SHIB early on, and I said, yep, let me hitch my wagon right on here. Whatever Shiba is doing or setting up, I want to be a part of it. And I'm glad that I saw that trend early on and was able to stay through it, through the early FUD that SHIB had as well. Because if you I sold some of my SHIB listening to some of the FUD, not thinking that it was going to do anything. And I could have made off a whole lot higher than I did if I would have just ignored the FUD.
Yeah, one thing about that I've learned over the years is patience is the name of the game in crypto. You know what I mean? And a lot of new people, they think, oh, well, because a lot of people come in when the FOMO comes in, right? The fear of missing out. When, Bitcoin is going to the top. That's when people come in, right? So then if you come in when things are going to the top, you think, oh, it's just going to keep going up forever. And no, it doesn't work like that. It has to go down. It has to go up, consolidate. And sometimes it stays down for a minute, So that is like the one thing that I try to get people in mindset. If you think you're just going to make money in a day or two, you're in the wrong market, right? I mean, you can. But what I'm saying is that this is more of a long-term game. And then you got to be active in the markets. Yes. You got to pay attention to the news. You got to be on the telegrams. You got to be on the Reddits, the Twitters, to see what they're doing. And I was talking about Shiba since last April, bro. And I got a lot of heat from people on my channel, right? Now everybody loves Shiba, you know what I mean? And I think that Shiba is going to shock a lot of people this year. I really believe that. And I'm excited. Bro. So, what I've been doing, man, I've been dollar cost averaging.
Yes.
For like the last month, just like as a test, right? $5 a day. Bro, I stacked like 15 million chips, right? So for people who say, oh, I don't have a lot of money, I mean, you just go on your app, Coinbase.com, Crypto.com, or, for beginners. I mean, me and Actual Kingsmith, we vets, you know what I'm saying? But you go on your app, you ain't got to buy a stack or 10 racks off the cuff. You can just buy a little bit by little bit. And okay, so you mentioned two coins that I found interesting, and I want to pick your brain. Why Crow and why the KuCoin? KuCoin's stable coin or whatever they call it.
Yeah, so KuCoin is one of my favorite centralized exchanges to use because it has a whole lot of rich features. I don't think that Crypto.com, with all of the dollars in marketing and everything that they have, and KuCoin are going anywhere anytime soon. All right. But KuCoin specifically has a function or a feature that if you hold at least 6 of their native coin, which is also called KuCoin, you get paid like a daily dividend. And the more you have of it, the more that daily dividend pays out. And it doesn't cost you anything to go in and claim it either. It just, you go in there, you have to go in and click claim, and then boom, it gets deposited to your account. If you were one of the people that were able to get into KuCoin earlier, let's see, I think I last looked, the KCS coin was around $16. I've had the KuCoin token or crypto when it was about $3 a coin. Okay. And I just kept adding and adding and adding. So I get paid that daily dividend regardless. So that's
And
why
it's what? Last time I checked, it's at $12 now, right?
it was at 15 or 16 yesterday.
Ooh, so you up. You up.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. I saw that functionality. It was like, wait, so if I hold this, it'll just keep paying me just for having it, and that's it. I was like, all right, bet, deal. With the CRO token or Crow, I can't really explain why I have that same type of feeling. But in my head, all right, I'm just kind of looking at it like, okay, crypto.com is kind of in their early phases of what they're trying to do and everything that they're getting pushed out. So it's my opinion that Crow coin over time is going to have some significant value. And I just want to be a part of it when it does. So that's one of the ones that I tell people, hey, even if you don't have like a big bag to, go in and buy some, dollar cost average, or just buy whenever you can. I'll tell you right now, I take $50 every 2 weeks on Crow, and I just keep adding, and keep adding, and I'm going to keep doing it until it either does some very nice things or it crashes and I lose it all.
Yeah. One thing I like about Crow is that Crow, I think, is going to do very well this year. Crypto.com is really, I've been impressed with their marketing strategy as well as their acquisition with, the naming rights of the Staples Center. Mm-hmm. And also the commercial they had with LeBron was fire, that metaverse commercial, right? We go into the moon. We go into the moon. Hey, I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. And I mean, it's, KuCoin, I don't know, maybe I've been sleeping on that one because I've been paying attention to it. And I remember when it was like $1 or $2, and then it's kind of like, But I remember when BNB was $15 and I thought it was too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, it's like one of those, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those where you missed the boat on that one, Solo. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Yep.
Ike says market got a little bump today. Thoughts? Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a bull trap. Like I said early at the beginning of the stream. I mean, you always come late. Typical Nigerian stuff. But I think we're in a bull trap. King Smith, what do you think, bro? Do you think this might continue, or is this just what we've been seeing for the last couple of days? We're just going up and down, sideways type action.
Yeah, man. There were a lot of analysts and stuff that were saying that with the holidays off and stuff, and more people talking about cryptocurrency, that there was likely going to be a bump today, and that's exactly what I think that we saw. I don't think it's going to continue. What I'm looking at, and I've kind of gone back and saw this historically. I think that there's going to be the bump today, and then you'll see a bit of a downtrend tomorrow. And the first part of June, a lot of sideways action, but I'm with you, Solo. I'm looking at that last 2 weeks of June being a really solid time for cryptocurrency. And I don't care what the rest of the nation's doing. I mean, it matters. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say this here, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think we get back up to about 1.8 trillion on the market cap before August is over with.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, bro. Listen, man, I'm taking 1 month at a time now. Okay, 1 month at a time, bro. 1 day at a time. 1 hour at a time. I think that June is gonna be rocky, right? But I also think that I think June at the end of the month is gonna be very bullish. I think it's gonna be very bullish, and that's based off of my sentiment, but also TA that I've been looking at. But TA is a funny thing, right? Because TA is one of those things where you can listen to somebody or do your own TA and you can hear or see what you want to see. Or
Yes.
on the flip side, you got somebody always saying the opposite, right? So TA is kind of like, oh, the Bulls are here, the Bears are here. Right now, I am very bearish. But like I said, I think at the end of the month, is going to be bullish. And if I'm wrong, I'll make a video saying I'm wrong. I've done it before. So, it is what it is. But I really think that at this time, though, you see coins are still pumping right now, right? Like Loon C, which is the classic Terra Luna, which I got into, you know what I'm saying? My cousin, he made like 3 racks off of $7.
Nice.
Yeah, he timed the bottom perfectly. And I was like, mother, why didn't you call me? He's like, I texted you right after. I'm like, bro, it was already up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just timed it perfectly. At one point, it went up to 10 racks, and then it just kept going down. So he panicked, and he sold it when it went to 3. But still, I mean, $7 investment turned into 3 stacks. And that's what I be trying to tell people. It's like, okay, it's not like that with every coin, obviously, right? But I think that's one of the things that got a lot of people into crypto is the meme coin phase, where you don't have to have a lot of money to really make a profit if you know what you're doing, if you get in at the right time, and if you don't get too greedy and cash out at the right time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've heard you talk about meme coins and whatnot, and I know that a lot of Bitcoin maximalists or a lot of hardcore crypto maximalists, they hate meme coins, right? But what are your thoughts on meme coins and whatnot? He's like, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So I was trying to replicate the success that I had with Shiba. And I tell people I don't classify Shiba as a meme coin anymore. With everything that Shiba has going on with their metaverse project, this thing that's called SHIB5, which they're looking at trying to have a stable coin, a blockchain, and a whole bunch of other things. I don't put Shiba into the meme coin classification anymore. But I laugh because I tried to chase that same success that I had with Shiba with another one that was called Saitama. There was a whole meme craze that came out.
Yeah, we love Saitama too, bro.
Yeah,
Love
was it like the
Saitama.
middle of 2021?
Yeah.
Saitama came out and they had the whole lot of hype and hoorah behind it. And what I saw again was a crazy community that came in with it. And I was like, okay, I saw that in Doge. I see it in SHIB. I see this with Saitama as well. So I'm going to jump in on that. And I'm still in on Saitama. I never sold any, although I could have. I did have somebody on my channel who he turned a couple of thousand, and I showed the receipts for this too, into 200,000 in Saitama. He did not sell when it was at its highest, and with Saitama being back down right now, he took some profit, but he didn't take as much as he could have, and he is kicking himself in the ass for not doing it. I think now the meme craze is over. All right. However, I think that you can find different communities. All right, because there are a lot of community started type cryptocurrency projects that are coming out there now. One of them are involving NFTs that I'm in with BACC Finance. It's grassroots, it's small, but everything that those guys have put out there has been working so far. Even though they started pretty rough. So I'm kind of out of the memes and looking at kind of those grassroots cryptocurrency projects that I can get into that speaks to a use case that to me just makes sense. And Bach Finance and a couple of others are some of them.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I say right now, bro, if you look at it, yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of the coins, GameFi, meme coins, blue chip coins, most of everybody's hurting right now, all the coins, right? But I do think on the next run up, and I know some people think it won't be until 2025, and I can't wait to see their faces. I just can't wait to see your faces when I say, "Ha, you wrong." You know what I mean? But I think the next meme coin run up is going to be whenever we have the next run up. I think that we're going to have a bullish June, like I said, towards the towards the latter part of June. So anytime beyond the 15th. But I think that a lot of when I say bullish, I mean I'm not talking about we're going to 100K. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. Anywhere from let me make my margin a little wide here. Let me make it wide. I say anywhere from you said a 1.8 trillion market cap, right?
Yeah. I think no. What 1.8 trillion here in the next 2 months? I think it'll creep back up to 2, somewhere close to 2, because we're at like 1.2 now. I think.
Okay. I think that we're going to be at a $2.2 trillion market cap.
By when?
Well, the June 30th.
Oh,
by June 30th.
Yeah, see, I think the turnaround is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be that quick. Like I said roughly by the end of August. But I think we are going to see those losses where 800 or so odd billion came off the market cap. I think it's going to come back. I don't think it's going to be that fast, but man, that's a bold take, brother.
I'm very, very bullish. Well, what can I say? I'm uber bullish. And listen, if I'm wrong, like I said, I'll publicly admit it. But I really think that it's going to shock a lot of people. Because think about it. Right now, everybody is in fear, right?
Yes.
Because of we already know about the inflation, right? I mean, gas prices are through the roof. Food prices are getting expensive. You guys can't even take your ratchets out to eat anymore right now, right? And then now they're talking about a possible recession, right? So one thing I've learned, and I learned this in 2020. Remember when and I got a sense of myself because of YouTube. Remember when C19 hit and then Bitcoin dropped to like 4 stacks, right? Everybody was in panic. But guess what? Within 4 months, it went up back to 10,000. Then at the end of the year, we had a $49,000 Bitcoin, right? And it's funny how history has a way of repeating itself, right? Because a lot of people who say, oh no, it's the 4-year cycle. Well, when you bring up 2020 to them, it's like they already forgot. Like 2020, that just happened 2 years ago, right? So honestly, I think right now, here's the thing, man. Right now is one of those things where I don't think we're at the bottom yet, but there has to be like a relief rally. I think that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hedging on. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the exciting part about crypto, because in 2020, when the whole market crashed, I thought everything was on standstill. I didn't think crypto was dead, but I thought the markets were done for a minute. And then boom, afterwards, you had the DeFi summer, right? And then you had the Dogecoin run up. So one thing I do know about the market is always expect the unexpected. Absolutely. That's my philosophy. And no matter what happens, make sure you have a strategy for either or situation, whether it goes down or up, or if it just stays the way it's at. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's key, man. That's the key. Have a plan. Have a strategy. That's something that I talk about all the time as well.
Yeah. So Dr. Thunder has an interesting question. He says, Soul TV 84, what are your thoughts on BSV versus BTC debate? with respect to which came first.
I'm out.
BTC's all the way. BSV is garbage, right? But like nobody talks about BSV. Now hold on, let me pull up the BSV price, man. Like I have hey yo, bro, you even know what BSV is?
I know what it is.
Bitcoin SV, right?
Bitcoin, I've seen some of like the talks in Reddit, or like which one's the original, what's the fork, and
yeah.
I don't know too much about it because I don't have
it. So it's it's Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, and basically it's a hard fork out of Bitcoin Cash itself. So all-time high was $491, but that was what? Let's go back, right? That was back last year. Right now it's at 54.10. Yeah, Dr. Thunder, there are other coins that would make you a lot of profit. I mean, do I think it'll go back up? Sure. But I think there are other coins that would make you a lot more profit. I mean, not financial advice, just my opinion. So yeah. So
Solo, I have a question for you. Like speaking about the BSV and Bitcoin, what's the difference what Luna's doing right now with the Luna Classic and the Luna 2.0? I'll tell you, I FOMO'd into both of them. I didn't own any Luna prior to the crash of Luna. I didn't time the bottom like your friend did, but I am in a profit right now with when I did come into the Luna Classic. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Are you in on both of them, just one of them? And do you think that either one of them can hit their market cap where it becomes back up to a top 15 or top 20 cryptocurrency?
Well, let me address the difference. So the BSV versus Bitcoin scenario is different. They're back, when Bitcoin first came out, there were a lot of copycats that were trying to capitalize off the wave. You got BSV, which is Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. You got Bitcoin Cash. Now you got one called Bitcoin Black. You got all these other ones, right? But basically, the BSV is a hard fork from Bitcoin Cash, and what that means is basically where the hard fork is basically, think of it like a software upgrade, right? And so a hard fork for that to be upgraded is, when they upgrade it, you kind of got to leave the other one behind for the new version to be, right? And so that's how you come up with this, new crypto known as Bitcoin Cash, right? So yeah, the difference between that and the Luna situation though is Luna basically, man, got ultimately, the best way to put it and to keep it simple, got rug pulled like a mofo, but it got rug pulled by institutions for like $40 billion, right? Now, granted, it's not a rug pull per se where the founder or CEO rug pulled it, but who knows, bro? Because you never know. But it was definitely some institutional money that was in there doing it, because we're talking about billions of dollars. Now, me personally, not financial advice, but I got into Luna when it crashed as well. I didn't buy the bottom like my cousin did, but I did get it for pretty low. And I've been buying it the whole May. And then when the new Luna 2.0 came out, I sold it, literally, right? I sold it. And I'm pissed because on Bybit it was like $30. I got it for $7. But I'm sticking with Luna Classic. I'm sticking with Luna Classic for two reasons. Number one, because the Luna 2.0, why couldn't something like that happen again to what happened to the original Luna? You know what I mean? And I know that it's not pegged to UST or whatever. However, I think that the community, right? This is my second reason. They're going to rally behind the original Luna. And right now the price is very attractive. And also, I got to be careful what I say. But I just know a lot of people that are bullish on Luna, the original, the Luna C or Loon C, whatever, Terra Luna Classic. So that's where I'm at with it. If you got into Terra Luna 2.0, salute, but no, I don't want no parts, no parts. Now I'm not telling you to sell. That's not what I'm saying. But I just think that the original is gonna do very well. And hey, actually, it's been pumping today. So who knows? I like the risky plays, bro. What can I say,
Hey,
bro? I like the
hey,
risky plays.
same here. I tell people off the rip that when I take a look at some of the things that I invest in, I am risky. I mean, if you Saitama, Shib in October of 2020 was risky when nobody really knew what it was. I've lost some money on some dart throws as well. Somebody in the chat put how about ICP? Man, oh man, oh man, that's one of the ones I was like, oh, that's different. Let me throw some money into that. Yoink. Lost
Yeah.
it all.
You gonna be down for a minute with that one, player. You're gonna be down for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for me, man, I like the risk because the greater the risk, the greater the gains could be. And when I take a look at my portfolio overall, like I'm up a lot. Um, and I think that a lot of those plays come from some of the riskier bets that I've put my capital in.
Well, I mean, I know you are still up on KuCoin. If you don't mind sharing, and you don't got to give amounts, obviously, but what other coins are you up on currently? 2020.
Let's see, Shib, KuCoin, Solana. I got in early too.
Oh man, Solana, a lot of fun coming out with that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I were you on the next run up, I'm selling all my Solana, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Solana will do well, but there's a lot of fun coming out of Solana right now, man.
Yeah, man. That's been one of the interesting ones, man. But I've been in Solana since Solana was about $2 a token, and I put about $400 in. So quick math, if it's like 40 something dollars right now, I'm up a lot.
Wait. So you got into Solana when it was $2?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, my man is up.
Yeah, yes, sir. Like I said, I have to be careful how much I say because your boy still got child support payments for the next 3 years.
Hey, bro, listen, man. On the by the end of the year, fam, you might have to relocate to another country, fam.
Yes, sir.
I mean, hey, man. I'm just being honest. I do want to talk to you about something a little bit more serious now, the actual King Smith. And by the way, you guys follow his channel. I left the link in the description. And please, guys, hit the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy Memorial Day to you guys. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? We just want to hit we ain't even asking for donations today. We just ask y'all, please hit the like button. Because, ever since I started talking about some real stuff, people don't really care anymore, which leads me to my question, right? Sure. When I started talking about crypto in 2017, I mean, as you know, I was also doing a lot of other content, right? Talking about dating and self-improvement and things like that, reaction videos, all of that, right? But nobody really cared, right? Particularly Black folks. They thought I was trying to scam them, right? And so, interestingly, then fast forward to 2021, and now all of a sudden, everybody and their mama is talking about YouTube, crypto, right? And I see a lot of brothers like yourself talking about crypto. Shout out to my homeboy, Yon World, December DeMarco, all of these. Adam Shelton. Like, we got so many Black crypto content creators now, right? My question to you is, what have you found is the biggest obstacle when it comes to talking about to a brother or sister about crypto? Where, what do you find? Why do you think there's so much pessimism or whatnot when you talk to somebody about crypto? Because I'm pretty sure you done not just told your whole family, but maybe your friends and other people that you know in person, and then they're giving you the side eye or they're looking at you like you're crazy. You know what I mean? Why do you think there's so much pushback? Or do you think that's just me, Solo, you bugging? Everybody I talk to, they love crypto. I don't know what you mean.
No, man, that's actually an excellent question. And I was just back home attending my youngest sister's high school graduation. And, any chance I get, man, I talk about cryptocurrency. But for a lot of different people, because of that change, it's hard. It can be hard to explain really what cryptocurrency is. Or if somebody asks you, well, like if I put my money in here, like what guarantees do I have that it's going to do something? I'm like, there's really no guarantees in anything in life except death and taxes. I said, but when I take a macro view and I just look back, or I step back and look at what cryptocurrency is doing, I see the adoption by countries, big financial institutions, and things like that. That's what triggers my mind to say, hey, there's something here in this cryptocurrency. Maybe I should take a look and dive further. But when I'm trying to explain that to my family members and other people that grew up in my community that have the same, skin complexion as me, unless they have like a tech background, which I have a little bit of a tech background, or have really gotten out there and explored the markets in general, it's hard to tell people that may not even be invested into the stock market, or even have something as small as a 401k. It's hard to now also convince them to, hey, let's take a look at this other thing out here called cryptocurrencies that you can build your assets on and grow. The problem, I think, stems from a lot of the people that are in the community. If you're trying to consider them to invest, they don't have even just regular stock market investment knowledge to then even consider cryptocurrency.
So basically financial illiteracy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's hey, I'm actually glad that you wrapped that up, because I could be long-winded, but that's a
no, keep it going, bro. I asked you the question. I want you to like expand on it. Like, give me your honest thoughts. Because like I told you, when I first started talking about it in 2017, it turned my audience all the way off. Like, it was just bad. It's like, But you know what's sad, bro? What's sad? If I were to talk about this, we have 300 people here right now.
There you go.
500 people in right now. If I go in and start roasting, we'd have so many people here right now if I ever start doing that. But no, nobody. See, this is the sad part. Everybody's so focused on these that they don't realize that crypto will get you 10 of those. Facts.
There you go. Hey, and I'll raise my hand and say I started following your channel for like the relationship advice and stuff first, and then when I saw that you were talking about cryptocurrency, I said, "Oh, let me pay in and or tune in and pay attention," because I was the person that was wanting to learn. So I didn't care where I was hearing it from. If it was a podcast, if it was a YouTube channel, if somebody was an expert or just a guy that was just talking about it, I wanted to hear different perspectives on it. So I went and sought that knowledge out. I tell, like, my closest followers on my channels aren't my family members. It's more people that have subbed and have started watching my content just because they like the way that I talk or whatever. And that's what's tragic, man. My dad has recently supported me because he's now retired from truck driving. But yeah, man, outside of that, like, people still want me to also give those one-on-ones. Say, hey, how do I do this? I'm like, hey, I don't have the time, but if you go to my YouTube channel, check out my different playlists or whatnot, I likely have the answer to your question there.
Yeah, man. I mean, and me too. Like, I've done over 150 crypto videos, right? And on my Patreon, I've got 100 more. You know what I mean? And then I've got my Trendsetter cryptocurrency course out. So I'm giving a lot of game for free even. But then also there's paid game, of course, because then I show you in real time what I'm doing. So you don't say, oh, he's not in crypto. You know what I'm saying? And that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing of ours, like the crypto brothers, crypto gang, crypto squad, whatever you want to call it, right? We're like our own society. You feel me? So it's like when we talk, like if I tell you, bro, what are you hodling? You know what's up. The average person is like, what? It sounds like gibberish to them. But if I tell you, bro, you think we hitting a bear market or bull market, you get what I'm talking about, right? And a lot of people don't. And so the reality is that, for me personally, one thing I noticed is on that last run up back in, October, right, was it brought so many different people into the market because everybody knows a friend that knows a friend that made a little bread, that made some profits, right? But then also it brought a lot of people into the market, but they were not knowledgeable. And they had these, thoughts like, oh, well, Shiba Inu is going to hit $1. And it's like, how, Sway? How? Like, well, shout out to Shib, man. We love Shib over here, man. Facts. But it's kind of like, and so that's one of the reasons why I think if you've seen my videos, particularly the ones where I do the PowerPoint breakdowns, right? I break it down where I show you the real numbers, where what market cap it got to hit, because anybody can just come on YouTube and say, yo, Terra Luna's gonna hit $100 again. Like, no, let's look at the market cap. Let's look at the circulating supply. You know what I mean? Let's look at that, And so that's one of the things that I want. But I get it. Like, crypto for a lot of people is not sexy. It's not, it's not as entertaining unless it happens to be a bull market and everybody's making money. Then yeah, everybody loves crypto then. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, I've talked to so many people that were pessimistic about crypto back in 2017, 18, 19, and even 2020. And then they got into it because everybody now knows somebody that's in crypto. And typically they try to avoid that person if they, that's me. Like, because like, real talk, when I'm around my boys, they want to talk about females and, oh, how many girls you got on rotation? I don't even care about that no more, bro. Like, because listen, I wake up, I check my, you check my portfolio. or not, bro, I haven't checked my portfolio though in a month. So now I wake up, I just check the prices. You know what I mean? I see, like, I look at my crypto aggregator news to see what's popping, what's not. I check the Telegram groups. Bro, that's the first thing I do. Like 3-4 years ago, the first thing I would do is go on Tinder to see if I got a new match. My priorities have changed. My priorities have changed.
Hey, it's so funny because everything that you talked about, brother, I've had that same freaking shift, man. I don't check my portfolio now because I'm like, hey, man, it is what it is. I'm thinking more like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But bro, like the whole Tinder thing and just leaving that alone, everything you said, man, I'm laughing right now because I followed that same path, brother.
So it's just, I'm just being honest, and it's going to be, and the thing that that pains me, bro, is that a lot of people are going to come into crypto on the next bull run, right? If it's going to be like, I'm talking about the next real run up, like that's going to happen maybe at the end of the year, or a lot of people think it won't happen until next year or whatnot. I think next year is going to be crazy because of what's going on right now economically. Like, people aren't really paying attention to what's going on economically with Russia and Ukraine, what's going on with the food shortage. I mean, we got a freaking formula shortage. How? Yeah. And you know what? When I was talking about that in 2020, people thought, when I was talking about food shortage back then, people thought I was crazy, right? It wasn't that I was wrong. It's just that it didn't happen. See, people don't believe it until they see it. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's kind of like in the Bible. Like, people don't believe that, Jesus was God. And they're like until he died and then he rose again. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, people never believe it until they see it. And the crazy part is, by the time they see it, you're already too late.
You're already too late.
So in other words, it's like, by the time, like right now would be the best, like, well, not at this moment, but right now would be the best time to get into the market. Because if you look at it, we're actually lower than we were last year, right? And then I think we will go even lower, and then that'll be the best time to get in. So, but the reality is, a lot of people aren't going to do that. They're going to get in when it's at the top. Now, I got to apologize to one of my boys. I told him to buy Shiba when it was at 0.0007 there, and then it went up to 0.0088 and it crashed. He bought it. My man, he ain't talked to me since. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I tell him just wait.
That's what I be saying. I be trying to tell people to wait. I remember this. I got one of my homeboys into crypto, and it's like he panic sold when it stopped going up, and he took a loss. And I'm like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Like, a lot of people, like, you got to have like delayed gratification, and then also you have to be extremely patient. And I think that crypto has helped me with my patience. Don't get me wrong, brother. There's been times where I've been banging the wall and other stuff. But guess what? When I get like really frustrated, I just turn off the apps and then I just go about my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Solo. So there was this one other one called Vote Inu. And I got into Vote about the same time that I got into Saitama, just because it had the Inu kind of part to it. And there were a couple of other things that I saw as well. Vote for the longest time did nothing, absolutely nothing. But they did bring a game out, and I said, all right, I'll just sit on it. And then the next thing I know, it 26x. All right. And part of my strategy was that wasn't one of my long-term holds. So I said, all right, I'm going to take half of what the profit, was, sell it, and then hold on to the rest. If it goes back down, which it has, and it does nothing else, even in the future, I'm good with that. But it's one of those lessons in just patience. I had forgot I even had it. And then I looked at my portfolio, was like, wait, what happened and where did it come from? And then I
Yeah.
just went and scanned and saw, I was like, oh, snap. Nice. So yeah, sometimes it just takes being patient with some of these different cryptocurrencies out there.
Definitely. Now, one last question I have for you
Sure.
is you also deal with NFTs, and that's one that I slept on until, yeah, I mean, I was familiar with NFTs. It's not that I slept on it, but I didn't really go deeper than I should have, right? And until recently, I mean, I got my own NFT collection now, as you know. If you don't, well, we still got NFTs for sale, guys. They haven't been sold out yet. Yo, I got to put in my own plug. You feel me?
There you go.
But what and like, tell me, how did you get into NFTs and what type of NFTs? Are you still bullish on NFTs, or what are your thoughts on NFTs right now?
All right, man. So great question. I'm still learning about NFTs. Initially, when I was looking at them, I started to look at what Bored Ape Yacht Club did, and just how on the Ethereum side of the house, the price of a Bored Ape Yacht Club shot up, and I was wondering why. And my answer to that why was it bought yourself blah blah. I can't talk today. It bought yourself access into a community that has plans for things in the road. So it's like a golden ticket to a country club that if you have ownership of it, it can get you things a whole lot later on. And Bored Ape Yacht Club, I think, did a fantastic job with celebrities and the marketing that they did to kind of have that shoot up. So when I'm looking at NFTs, all right, there's so many different ways that I think NFTs in the future can be used. How I'm looking at them is, what can ownership of buying a specific NFT get me on into the future? All right. I'm not so much looking on those that are on the Ethereum side, because it could be expensive kind of doing things over there. But over on the Chrono side, or the Crypto.com blockchain, there are a lot of NFTs getting built up over there as well. I don't care about the art stuff. Um, I care about those like in Bach Finance. There's this other one that it's being built up now by Mad Mogul, that it's giving you ownership into real estate. Okay, and by owning that NFT, that gives you your stake, if you will, into this company or whatever that is buying commercial properties, investment properties, and things down the line. And having that on the blockchain guarantees your portion of the profits whenever they sell. And the laws on that haven't quite caught up to where it's not illegal, right? So that's where I'm looking at on NFTs. I'm trying to identify those type of projects that having ownership of it um, gets you into the country club, if you will, for whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish by owning that NFT.
Yeah, I think NFTs are still brand spanking new, and I think they'll evolve beyond JPEGs. I mean, you already see musicians taking advantage of it. Tory Lanez, right? He sold a bunch. Um, And but I do think it has to evolve, and I think that, you know, it certainly will, you know, one day, you know, soon, you know, and I think everybody and their mother, everybody and their mother was in NFTs already, but I think it's going to be even bigger than people think, right? And so, yeah, guys, this wraps it up. You guys follow the actual King Smith here. Here's his channel, guys. Yeah, support the brother. I appreciate him coming on. You know, it's always, you guys know me, man. I've always collabed with different people, and now I'm more focused on collabing with crypto people. I don't care, man, woman. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you're in crypto, you know what I mean? As long as you're not a hex person, we good. You know what I'm saying? So we good. We good. Also, check out my NFT collection too. You know what I'm saying? It's called The Life of the Modern Man. You feel me? So this is the NFT collection that I got. It's non-ETH. So the ETH fees are too high. No, this is non-ETH. This is BNB on Empire Token. You feel me? Salute to Empire Token. That's a coin that we came up on here early, and I think it's going to do very, very well this year. Empire is going to shock people, I think. King Smith, do you have any final words before we leave, or?
Hey, no, man. First of all, Solo, I just like to say thank you. Thank you for inviting me onto your channel. It's good to see people out there who reach out to some of these smaller channels, man, and say, hey, I just like to have you on and talk cryptocurrency, because that's what we do. So, hey, man, salute, man. And hey, I tell you what, man, I appreciate it.
Hey, no doubt, bro. I appreciate you. And, you know, guys, it's not over yet, guys. Okay, it's not over yet. I'm still bullish. Sheena's pumping today. Terra Luna's classic is pumping today. You know what I'm saying? So, look, guys, we still doing good. Unless you know, you know what I mean? But anyway, guys.
Hey, Solo, real quick. There's one guy in the comment, Ryan James. I have to laugh at this because I also like comedy too. He said XRP and XLM for WAP transactions coming 2023.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that, man. Hey, I don't know about all that.
Hey, the entrepreneurial person who takes cryptocurrency for time exchanges, I think that's going to be a very rich woman in the future. Just throw that out there.
I mean, it's already happening now. You know what I'm saying? But yes, anyway, yeah, guys. With that being said, we appreciate y'all, and we out. Peace.